Ashley with Heaven Sent Sleep, and I'm a certified pediatric sleep consultant. I am a sleep consultant because my first child did not sleep. He fought sleep like it was his job. My husband and I were totally convinced that they swapped babies with somebody else at the hospital because we are very high sleep needs people, and so to think that our child might not like to sleep was just beyond anything that we could have imagined. However, in hindsight, I know that there were a lot of things that we could have done differently that might have helped our journey go a little bit better. So let me set the scene for you. This is what would happen. We would get up, I would feed him, pass him off for like some tummy time or diaper change or whatever. And then 45 minutes, maybe an hour later, I would get handed a crying, cranky, fussy baby and being told, oh, he's hungry, you probably should feed him again. So I would feed him again and he would doze off, and then very shortly after wake up screaming and gassy and refluxy and just overall uncomfortable. The reason being is that he wasn't hungry and he was actually tired. However, we didn't know the difference between sleep cues or hunger cues. We didn't know that newborns have very short awake periods. They're not awake for very long during the day. And we also didn't know that we needed to do more to get him to sleep. We were under the impression that babies just slept whenever they were tired, and that it was this more passive thing rather than something that we really needed to move him into. And so if there's anything I can tell new parents now, it's to be aware of the difference between those sleep cues and hunger cues. There are some distinctive differences that show your baby is actually tired and not needing another feeding, especially if they've already had a good feeding. The next step in your kind of flow of the day would be some playtime and then some sleep time, right? And so making sure that you're not keeping them awake too long during the day, and easing them into sleep with a routine or something like that that really signals like, hey, it's time for sleep. And then the other thing is that we took sleep shifts. So something that helped us get a lot of sleep in the beginning was I would go to sleep earlier in the night, like 8 or 9, and my husband would stay up with the baby to just kind of let me get some solid chunk of sleep that I wasn't having to be like extra aware or on alert for. I knew that the baby was taken care of. And so he would stay up because he's more of a night owl and play video games or something like that. And then I would, get the baby 3, 4, sometimes even 5 hours later whenever he needed a feeding. That's when my husband would go to bed, and then I would be on shift for the rest of the night. But that usually meant I would get a solid, 2 or 3 hours, before needing to feed again, and then maybe another couple of hours after that. And so that really helped to preserve my sleep and my husband's sleep. It was a nice trade-off. And so that's something that I do encourage parents to do. So again, keep an eye on those awake times. Don't keep them awake too long during the day. Watch for the differences between their sleep cues and their hunger cues. And in order to get more rest for yourself, try to take some sleep shifts. Let somebody else have the baby so that you can get a solid chunk of sleep, and that will help you immensely with your mood and just with the idea of, I know that I'm going to get some rest, and it really helps you tackle the next day.